If we can raise $100,000 for Gridiron Greats, I will Prancercise during Super Bowl week in Arizona with Prancercise founder Joanna Rohrback. Yes, that's right. For $100,000 in donations for Gridiron Greats, I will Prancercise with Joanna during Super Bowl week.
All right, that's something we all want to see, and we all want to see it not only because it would be a sight to behold, but also because it would mean that Mike Ditka has reached his goal of over $100,000 for Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund, GGAF. And joining us now is Hall of Famer, coach, player, you name it, Super Bowl winning coach Mike Ditka. Hello, Coach.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. So talk about this. So first of all, explain to the folks what they get to see because I'm confident you'll reach the 100 grand plateau. What do they get to see? What is Prancercise exactly?
Well, I mean, you saw it. If you see the video, you log on to the video. Joanna does it. It's pretty interesting. She's an interesting lady, and she just has fun with it. I mean, it's kind of. That's what it is. She's prancing around like a kind of a little deer or something. But so I say, what the heck? I can do that.
I'm sure there's someone out there that would give 100 grand just to see that, even if it was not going to a great cause. So this is great. First, let's get out of the way. Where could people go to help you reach your goal and contribute?
Well, the Gridiron Greats, you log on to that right onto the
GridironGreats.org, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And and Shannon Jordan runs this for me, and she does a great job. We have a lot. We've helped a lot of guys. I mean, people who say, well, they're former players. They should be able to take care of themselves. Well, they should, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them have fallen on hard times. I mean, for whatever reason, it may be a reason that they did something wrong on their own or just fell on hard times. So all we try to do is help them. There's no other reason for it. I think that. There's a reason to have dignity in your life, and some of these guys fall into a stage where it's really bad. A lot of it's come from injuries they've had. So we've got a lot of guys in medical help, which has really helped, where they get replacements for hips and knees and things like that. So we've worked with some doctors around the country who've been very, very gracious with their time.
Yeah, and you've been very gracious with your time, and to pat you on the back, you don't need it, but certainly you've been very outspoken about brain injuries and concussions and the well-being of players, and this fund is the Assistance Fund is a very, very vital program for, as you said, people think football players, ex-football players, what the heck do they need my help for? It's not as cut and dry. There are a lot, as you said, players that are not well, not medically well, physically well, mentally well, and they need help.
Well, the concussion thing, we all know what the ramifications of that are. I mean, we see it today, every day, and you see it. But when you see guys that had the concussion 25, 30, 40 years ago, and you see the state that they're in right now of dementia, it's pretty bad. So, I mean, there's no cure for it. I mean, I don't know. People say, well, we make a better helmet. No, it's not. The helmet is the best piece of equipment an athlete has on, a football player has. And yet, because of that, people have no fear to strike with their head. And a lot of the problem comes from that. So, I mean, it's a problem that I don't know that it's going to go away. It may get worse. And I think, fortunately, some of these guys playing today make a pretty good buck, and they got a pretty good pension. So they should be in a lot better shape than the guys that played in my era.
Yep. And I always wondered why the players' associations today don't do more to provide for the players who didn't have that kind of union and those kinds of salaries in all sports, not only in football. Do you think that would be something that they should undertake?
Well, the union knows what its responsibility is. Its responsibility is not to the present players. It's responsibility to all the players who played the game. Football didn't start 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It started a long time. And those guys set the foundation for the National Football League and for the opportunities these guys have through the TV contracts to make a lot of money. And it's unfortunate that sometimes the Players Association doesn't see it that way. But, again, I'm not knocking them. They can do whatever they want to do. We're going to continue to do what we do. and try to help as many guys as we can.
And again, it's gridirongreats.org. Let me ask you a couple of things. We're heading into the playoffs here, but the news today: Jim Harbaugh leaving, of course, the Niners, going to Michigan. Basically the same money. He got reportedly a $2 million signing bonus, but making the same $5 million a year for 7 years. Why would he want to go to Michigan, do you think?
Well, first of all, he's a graduate of the University of Michigan. I drafted him out of there. Played for me. He's a great young man. He's a great coach. Now, what happened down in San Francisco comes down to egos more than anything else. You don't take your team to the National Football League championship game 3 years and end up getting let go. When you fall on hard times with the general manager, whoever it was, I'm not sure who it was in the front office, it seems silly because you got to have everybody on the same page. Evidently, they weren't on the same page. Jim made a move that I think he'll enjoy coaching the college level a little bit more. I think coaching pro football right now is not an easy job. You got a lot of egos. You got a lot of prima donnas. You got, money gets in the way. It's hard to motivate some of these guys. So I think Jim will do a great job in college.
What's with Damokong Suh, the Lions? Of course, he's been suspended for this game. I mean, a guy has a history of stepping on players, star players. I mean, how does he survive in that league?
Well, he knows what he did. He's a good football player. The thing is, he's such a good football player, he doesn't have to resort to those tactics. Unfortunately, he does. And he can say he didn't try to do it, but he did try to do it. He did it twice. And Aaron Rodgers is such a class act and such a great part of the National Football League. To try to hurt guys like that, I really don't get it. I mean, you can cut him some slack and say maybe he knew it because he knew he was standing on his leg, and then he got off it and stood on it again.
And he's done it before, Coach. He's done it before to other players.
I know. He's you like your player to be tough, but you don't like him to be dirty.
Right. And
the mean streak is fine, but don't be dirty.
One more. Beckham Jr., Odell Beckham Jr. on the Giants. The showmanship. The other day he fired the ball at the wall in the end zone after he scored. He took his helmet off. He didn't like a call. The orange hair. I mean, he's an awesomely talented rookie. But what advice would you give to him?
Well, the game's not going to be your game forever. You're here for a short time, and you're playing the game. Enjoy it. Do what you can do, and respect the game. It will respect you. Respect your opponent. They will respect you. When you don't respect the game, I think you're really hurting yourself. I mean, this kid's a great athlete. He is talented. And I think not to take that talent to the next level and be the best citizen he can, the best athlete he can be, the best teammate he can be. He'll get endorsements out of New York would be unbelievable.
Coach, we got to run. Coach, gridirongreats.org. Mike Ditka, thank you, sir. We'll be back. Don't go away.